Welcome to 1000 PS, welcome to the Gerlospass. We're here for the Newchurch Summit, but more importantly, we're here to test a huge array of motorcycles. First up is new Triumph's Street Triple 765 RX and the Trident 800. Now what makes 1000 PS a little bit different from everybody else is we've already ridden these bikes individually. I rode that bike on the launch, but we've not ridden them together. And we've not ridden them in absolute perfect conditions, which we have here in Austria. This pass is absolutely phenomenal. We're at about 1500 feet. We get to have some fun, the roads are almost empty, and it's a really good opportunity to try the bike again and to put it against a little bit of interesting competition. So what have we got? Well, essentially, this is the new Street Triple 765 RX. So this has been designed mainly as kind of a naked track bike, if there is such a thing. In the UK, it's coming in at 12,895. We've got 128 horsepower there or thereabouts, and 59 foot-pounds of torque. As you'd expect, because it's been designed for the track, we've got big Brembo stylemas, we've got fully adjustable all-in suspension, we've got Super Corsa track-focused tyres, we've got clip-on little bars to give it that real racy feel. On the other side, we've got the Trident 800, which is just over £9,000, which makes it a little bit of a bargain. Now, I've already ridden this bike extensively, so it's great to jump on it again. 789 engine, which is the same engine that you find in the Tiger Sport 800. So it is actually 789, not 800. 113 horsepower at 10,007 and 62 foot-pounds at 8,500 RPM. So the Trident 800 is actually making more torque than the 765 RS. In terms of power, we're quite a bit down, 113 compared to 128. In terms of wet weight, it's 188 for the RS and 198 for the Trident. So we're about 10 kilograms in it. So we've got more horsepower, less weight, racier suspension, racier stance, racier tyres, racier brakes. And then we've got kind of like the more comfortable Trident 800. Now when I rode that bike first and individually, I was really impressed. Both bikes sound absolutely amazing. I love the triple sound of the 800. It's very easy, it's very forgiving, it's got good suspension, it's adjustable, it's from Showa, the tyres warm up quickly, the riding position is comfortable, turn off the traction control and it'll wheelie, it'll have fun, it's enjoyable, it's playful and it sounds great. And for just over £9,000, that is a little bit of a bargain. It's essentially like the 600 frame with the Tiger Sport 800 engine with Showa suspension, with compression and rebound on the front and just preload on the rear. We've got the Triumph branded 4-piston brakes, which are really strong, really powerful and really good. And if you ride that bike individually, especially in these beautiful roads, really hard to fault. But then when you jump on the Street Triple 765 RS, it's like going up another couple of notches. Because the 765 RS is essentially feels like a Triumph race bike with the bodywork removed. The clip-on bars are quite low, the brakes are really strong. The front end is phenomenal. You end up carrying way more corner speed. It's more revvy, it's more engaging, it's more alive. As I say, that is essentially feels like a race bike with no bodywork. In a perfect scenario, we would get the local police to close this section of road off and we'd have a hill climb race. And that would win. That would absolutely smoke the Trident 800. And every time we were handed out the keys, that was the bike that I wanted to go for. Personally, I actually prefer the clocks of the Trident 800. But if I was given the choice, it would always be the Street Triple 765 RS. I can't wait to try that bike on track because it's absolutely going to cut up the lap time. The only issue we've had is that when it gets to day 2 and 3, the big swarm of riders all aiming for the Street Triple RX were kind of more going towards the Trident. Because when you've ridden that bike for a long period of time, especially at slow speeds and in traffic, the bars are quite low, it is quite radical, it's not as comfortable as the Trident 800. It all depends on your kind of stature. It depends on where you ride and how you ride. If we're just riding this amazing pass up here and going to 2,000 feet and just endless hairpins, then that is the one. But I guess in the real world, if you're commuting to work, you're occasionally riding in cities, then it makes a lot of sense to have the Trident 800. The price difference is just over 9,000 and just under 13,000. So that's a lot of money and a lot of difference. But you can see where the money's gone on the different chassis, the adjustable suspension, fully Orleans, Brembo stylemas, the more rider ears, the different levers. That is essentially a naked race bike as opposed to a naked road bike. If money was no object, then I would definitely go for the 765 RX because that's the bike that I'd want to take on track. I probably do 2 to 3 track days a year, and I kind of actually enjoy riding to the track, doing a track day and riding home. That, on these roads, in these hills, is not more fun than the Trident 800. It's possibly the most fun bike you can have up here in the mountains. But I guess in the real world, if you want a bike for everyday use, with an occasional weekend blast, then you can't really go wrong with the Trident 800. It'd be interesting to see your views and your comments on price and spec. Which would you go for if money was no object, and which would you go if it was your money? Hope you enjoyed our lovely little ride out here in Austria. The roads are absolutely amazing, but for me, if I just wanted to have some fun in these hills, then the RX is truly incredible.